My husband's 31M crush, 31F, messaged me, 30F, asking for help. He has a thing for her since they were teenagers. Everyone knows it, and so did I coming into the relationship. It seemed harmless. I think they briefly dated as teenagers. But she quickly ended it. Went far away for collage and never came back. When I asked him about her, he never wanted to talk. But like I said, it seemed harmless. We've been married for 4 years now. And our life has been wonderful. No major issues. No drama. Nothing to be really worried about. Until now. I went away for the weekend. And woke up to DM from her. She basically messaged asking for help and warned if he doesn't stop bothering her, she will get the cops involved. She sent me screenshots of him sending her hundreds of messages and emails begging her to talk to him, saying how they are meant for each other, calling her a bitch on several occasions, describing what she's wearing. How would he know that without stalking her in person? These messages have been sent over the years in 12-month increments. She asked him to stop multiple times. She messaged me this morning because the latest message was more disturbing than usual messages. I apologized to her on his behalf and said I would talk to him. But how do I confront him about this? In those messages to her, he seems like a completely different person. A person I don't even know. Your husband is harassing, stalking and abusing a woman and living a double life. You've seen the evidence. He is breaking the law. There are some serious psychological issues going on here. I seriously doubt you having a conversation with him is going to stop anything. You should be planning your separation and exit as safely as possible, not wondering how to confront him. The other woman should definitely go to the police. Ensure your safety first and get out. Your husband is unhinged and no telling which way this can go. He could possibly think by confronting him, you are coming in between him and this woman, and do something drastic. Get to somewhere else, then contact him. Not face to face. You might even get the police involved and have him removed from your home and get a protective order. Get a lawyer involved, as there is probably no way this turns out well, and he can advise on your next steps. You don't confront him. You contact an attorney who specializes in stalking, harassment. Contact a victims resource center to get details on how to get out safely. Don't think you couldn't be his next victim. How to protect that woman. What options there might be, etc. You cannot let him know you know until you have a plan for your safety, which needs to be put into place ASAP. Tell her to go to the police. Leave this relationship. Don't live in denial. And be careful when you leave. These types of people are known to respond to rejection with violence and terror. I wouldn't even confront him if I were you, and I would just encourage her to file charges and a restraining order against him. Confront him for what exactly? You have a mountain of proof that this man would drop you in a heartbeat if this woman wanted him. There's nothing he can say that would change that. Not to mention that his behavior is so far beyond acceptable that this woman could very likely qualify for a restraining order. This marriage is over. There's no coming back from this. I would pack my bags, move out, and leave the printed out the messages on the kitchen table. Too many red flags here. Location flag. I would not confront him at this point or specifically bring her up. People who think they're cornered and are already sending unhinged messages might react in unpredictable ways. There's a non-zero chance here that you could get hurt, or that he would go after her if he knew she sent you messages. She needs to call the police on her own. You need to focus on you and plan an escape. Get your ducks in a row. Legally. File for divorce and have her file a restraining order against him. He's obviously sick and can be dangerous. You need to hightail it out of there. Is this the type of person you really want to be partnered up with for life? He is very mentally unwell, and not like a few couples counseling sessions unwell. Aside from the stalking, harassing, and verbal abuse, he's using you as a mask until what? He convinces her to get with him? Is that the sort of relationship you want to be in? Is that something you want to save? File for divorce immediately. Show the messages to your lawyer. Get out. Do not confront him in person. He might snap and attack you. He's a stalker and potential rapist. Based on the way he's treating her, tell her to absolutely go to police about it. Tell her to go to police. Ma'am, your husband is harassing her. That is the person that he is. He just isn't fixates on harassing or stalking you so you never see it. Your husband is one of the men that makes women afraid of talking to a guy. He is contributing to the mindset that men are dangerous. He is the problem. You didn't marry the real him. The real him has been stalking her for over a decade. Tell him he sees a therapist and never contacts her again, or you'll call the police. That you've encouraged her to call the police. Whether you stay with him or not is up to you. But I wouldn't. Can you confirm that it's really your husband? I've heard nightmare stories on Reddit about some PPL getting tricked by this. A popular story. A husband was showed photoshopped sexy texts between his wife and another man by his wife's friend. And he trusted that source and dumped her despite her not cheating on her husband. Later on, after a year, he finally found out the truth and tried to make it up to the wife after leaving and mistreating her. Either way, your safety comes first. Gather up your valuables, passport, ID, tax info, and so on, and keep it safe outside your marital home for now. And start packing. If the crush is telling you the truth, unfortunately, there's a huge likelihood she did. Your husband sounds like an unhinged stalker. It's very creepy tbh. Let your trusted friend and/or family members know what you're facing. So if you need to bail, you can, and they'll be ready to come for your safety. But he is indeed obsessed by her. He probably won't care much about you leaving him. But that can trigger him to basically escalate with the crush. So tell her, the crush, that you will relay the message to him, and that for her to be prepared to let her fiancé and the police know what's going on. Before you confront that guy, your husband, prepare your exit strategy. Have a friend, family nearby or by the porch so you can leave with them if things get dangerous. I'm sure people have suggested safer route to deal with this as well. You can also leave and send him an email or letter to let him know you know his stalking behavior. Good luck whichever route you take. If this is something he really did, then you definitely need to leave him. And be super careful and have someone with you. But because you said this isn't like him at all, maybe you should make sure it is for real before going nuclear on your marriage. Edit. This is for sure real, so op should definitely leave him. Confirm the messages are in fact coming from him. Get access to his phone. Or check your detailed billing from your cell service provider to verify it is really him messaging her. If it is, there needs to be an ultimatum, at the least, that he stop all contact. Or, if it is really him, find the best scorched earth divorce lawyer you can find. Because if it is him, you have insight to the level of harassment and abuse he's capable of committing. But you need to verify that it really is him first, just so you don't prematurely end your marriage over another person's ruse. This is a scary situation. You don't actually know if she is telling you the truth or not. She could be crazy, but then it could all be true. Message her back and tell her that you have thought about it and do not believe your husband can do that. Tell her to contact the police for her own safety. Why am I telling you to say you don't believe it? This is because if it is true and she, for whatever reason, tells your husband that she contacted you, you will be in danger. That's step 1. Step 2. Do not bring it up with your husband. Do not say a word. Try to confirm that the emails are from him. Only the emails. Do not try to check his phone in case he catches you. Step 3. Begin to make an exit plan. Collect all your important documents, some clothes and other essentials, and take them to another location. All these steps you must do at once, simultaneously. Once you confirm the emails are his, take screenshots or document them somehow and then leave. When he calls you, just tell him that you think he is cheating on you with her. Do not mention stalking or harassing. It is very important that he doesn't realize you know what he has done. Just tell him you know that he is in contact with her and that he betrayed you. Make it about cheating, and find a good divorce lawyer. If you find that the emails are not his, and you are 100% sure, confront him about it all. Listen and watch him, and then go with him to the police, because now she would be the one harassing him. I would encourage her to contact authorities, and I would distance myself from him in every way. This is absolutely not okay. Considering this behavior towards her, I would get a restraining order and go no contact. The entire whole 9 yards. If he's obsessed with her, his behavior when you leave could very well be harmful. You don't confront him. You don't mention it. You just found out that your husband is a psycho stalker. Someone like this very well could end your life. Quickly and quietly gather the important paperwork that you have and get the hell out. If you don't have any place to go, then contact domestic violence shelters in your area for help. Contact a lawyer and ask for advice on how to handle this. You need to get out of this situation safely. He has a screw loose. It's not your fault you didn't know. He's apparently a great actor.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.